information, news, and entertainment on demand.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Hello, I am Tracy Smith.
Hello, Tracy Smith.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Venus.
And who are we?
Girls Talk Rock. Hello. We're actually on site here at our beautiful new station headquarters off of Miramar, here in beautiful San Diego, California.
Yeah,
here
right by
Enter Talk
right by
Radio.
the big pyramid.
By the big pyramid. So naughty.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. We're kind of glad to be grounded. We're sitting. We're comfortable. I just want to welcome everybody to our calm day. Maybe not so calm because we are coming back from
Kaboo 2016.
What a great experience. If you were there at Kaboo, we would love you to message us on our website or on our Girls Talk Rock Facebook page. We want to hear from you because we gave out over 1,000 Girls Talk Rock
glow in the dark
purple wristbands. We were doing it, man. We were having a good time with that, and you guys were out there saying hello to us, so it made it all the worthwhile.
We were totally rocking it.
So, Kaboo 2016 highlights. Tracy, let me have it.
Oh my God, there's too much to talk about. Oh my God. Okay, first I want to say thank yous because without these specific people that were our insiders at Kaboo, then we probably wouldn't have gotten some of the interviews we did. We probably wouldn't have been able to talk to some of the people we did. And it was just too much fun. So first person I'm going to mention, Kelly Kuhn. Ooh. She is out of Austin, Texas. She flew back in for this event. She's a local San Diego native. And she ended up getting us the guitar tech, who was named Frank Robbins.
He was so awesome.
Frank Robbins.
Cute. He had that great curly hair.
Yeah, for Hall & Oates. Believe it. And he also does the backstage stuff for Live from Daryl's House. And he's been doing that 2 years with those guys over there. We got a really nice interview up on our Facebook Girls Talk Rock page, and that you can see who he is and what he does in that interview. She also, then Frank hooked us up with none other than Elliot Lewis. That's Eliot. That's one L and one T, he says. And he's got his own project going on, but he is the keyboard player, vocalist. He also plays bass, guitar, and everything.
House?
Yes, and with Hall & Oates. So we were super thrilled to be able to talk to Elliot. He's got his own project out right now. If you go to Elliot Lewis, that's one L and one T, Lewis.com, then you can check out his new video. And he's got his CD release is coming up October the 28th.
They're having so much fun. That group,
the name of the album is called Adventure. Before I forget, Adventure. And he's got an awesome video up. So check out the video. And the video is also located on the Girls Talk Rock page, along with his link where you can go see it to his website.
Oh my gosh, these are just some of the highlights. And those of you who don't go to Kaboo yet, it's only in its infancy. This was the second year. It's one of the biggest events really in the state and on the West Coast here, Kaboo. All the live music. We have so many stages. There's the Sunset Cliff stage, the Grandview stage, Trestle stage, Humor, Encore, the Trampoline stage. The silent disco, which if anybody made it over to the silent disco, just imagine a bunch of people with headphones on, rocking out, and it's like a quiet room. It looks like a movie set.
Yeah, it's weird.
When they're like, okay, dance. And, they're all kind of grooving, but who knows what's going on in between the ears. So I thought that was one of the most surreal experiences for me.
I also have 4 more people that I need to thank.
Thank yous.
And, MC, we want to thank her for doing an interview as well with us. She is the production coordinator for the Goo Goo Dolls and the Brian Seltzer Band. And she has been, that's right.
He's so cute with Setzer.
She has been on tour. This was the last day of the 53-day swing for the Goo Goo Dolls, and they're traveling with Collective Souls, one of my favorite groups we saw there this weekend. And man, we want to thank MC, and that you can also find that one on our
That interview
page.
was so interesting too, and I hope you guys take a peek at it. We're going to have a montage. You don't have to watch hours and hours of footage, but if you take a peek at it, she's a tiny little thing physically. She's just this little thing, but she has the reins and
she's
the general
huge.
management for everybody, and really talking to her about what it takes to kind of whip everybody into shape and
all
make
the
sure
logistics,
where they need to be, when they need to be, and how to give and give in and be tough love all the time.
I also want to thank Catherine Robichaud, who is a very good friend of ours. She rocks the set over off of Palomar College. And she does a show called This Is Your Brain on Punk, and she's all about punk, local San Diego scene. All the big guys, anybody that's anybody in the punk world, she actually knows and she talks to every day on her interview show like ours. So that This Is Your Brain on Punk.
Well,
so
it was such a wonderful moment. We were going into the trestle stage, and Tracy's in there, with her pit pass, getting in there to take a ton of pictures.
I'm in the pit.
She's in the pit, and we had to. and who was the security person at that gate? Was Robichaud,
Catherine.
Face, and it's so nice. What a sight for sore eyes. We'd had a long week at Kaboo. We were a little tired. My feet were getting a little lazy, and then seeing her was just like a total breath of fresh air. She's just a cool chick. When you get a moment, make sure you check out her program and everything going on over there at the always awesome Palomar College.
KKSM.
It's just really cool stuff.
Okay, I got two more people to thank. Anya.
Keep thinking, girl. Do it.
Anya, Anya. Art by Anya. Art in the Yard. She's been doing really awesome things here in San Diego locally. She's an artist, and she also combines the art with the music. So if you get a chance to get out, see something that Anya's doing, check her out on her Facebook page, Anya, Art by Anya. Yeah. And you can also see the interview on our site. And one more person, we have to give a shout out to the one and only Christopher Leva of Falling Doves. We got to interview him really quickly. His interview is also up on the Girls Talk Rock Facebook page, but he's a local artist. He's also national and international. He travels to Europe all the time and puts on really brilliant shows. He plays over at the Belly Up all the time, the Coach House. He plays at, oh my God, everywhere. Everywhere where there's anything going on in San Diego, Christopher Leva, Falling Doves, is there. He was also on an episode of Radio Ban Diego right here on our own station, Intertalk Radio.
Another thing to check out.
Oh my God. Okay, so last thank you, shout outs.
Well, I got some too, but keep it going. We're moving this thing along.
All right.
This is a train of thank yous.
It is. Okay, so Gianna and Victoria and Emily, all three over at the Berman Group, they are the ones that actually got us. And we got in contact with.
They really took care of us.
They're the ones that got us the.
And Emily. Thanks, Emily.
Yes, the tickets to get in, and they helped us bring the whole live event to you, which is Kaboo 2016. So shout out to those girls. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're back in Manhattan now.
They are.
They're on New York time.
They are.
But more than anything, all these people that we're saying thank you to, and there are more, and we're going to just keep talking about them. We want them. They're in our network, and since you're with Girls Talk Rock, now they're in your network.
That's right.
And we want you to be able to reach out and get to know some of these artists on all the different scales, because I think one of the things we enjoyed the most, Tracy, and let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
Go.
But I think we enjoyed talking to people from all levels, all ranges of music, the different careers that we could find over at Kaboo. People backstage, people behind stages, administratively, marketing-wise, performance-wise, artists who are there on different scales. Just really exciting to see what their trajectories are and what their goals are. And that's
I
also
want to personally thank all the staff. All the cool staff members that we met.
The yellow shirts and the red shirts.
The yellow shirts, yes. that actually wore our Girls Talk Rock glow-in-the-dark wristbands for 3 or 4 days straight, because every time they saw us coming, they would hold up their arm and they'd say, I got my Girls Talk Rock glow-in-the-dark wristband on.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really amazing. And they were super nice to us, and they were keeping out the riffraff, but they let this riff-raff in, me and Beth.
Well, we are the riff of the raff. And, and I think that's part of, again, Girls Talk Rock. We're here with Intertalk Radio because we want to build that network for you. We want you to be a part of everything we're doing and see the little ways ins and out of things. And really, just a little few pleasantries. We got a lot of big hugs from some of those security personnel at the last day on Sunday after 4 days of
We did.
kabooing.
They actually gave us hugs and kisses.
So we were feeling like,
were so
tired but
sweet.
happy at the end of our trip. Hey, what was your performance highlight of Kaboo, Tracy?
Oh, my God. So, I mean, no one can beat Hall & Oates. But,
Oh, God, that's a delicious act.
but I have to say
Mama-like,
that
Mama-like.
my favorite thing that happened at Kaboo was when Collective Soul played my favorite song, The World Below.
It was yummy.
It was absolutely delicious. They were rocking it. They had killer lights, stage show going on. And then they suddenly just broke it down.
Yep.
And they went soft and silent for that song. And that was like my favorite highlight, I think, of the whole concert. The Goo Goo Dolls put on a fabulous show. Oh, Alabama Shakes. Alabama Shakes. They, very, very cute. All the guys in the band, very cute. But they put on a fabulous show, and they rocked it. And I'm telling you what, I had never really heard their music before, but I'm now a fan. I'm now a fan.
I'm loving it. Well, you know what? One of the bands that I was not crazy anticipating, but that my youngins were like, go make sure you see that, Ma, was Cold War Kids.
Oh, Cold War Kids, yeah.
Getting in, they were over the trestle stage, and my expectations were modest. And then by the time they finished their set, Bethy was a fan. I'm a fan now of Cold War Kids. I think they kind of rocked it. They had a lot of things going on that stage. And tell me, listeners, if you agree. Man, they look good. They look pulled together. They didn't look like a bunch of meth addicts on stage, which is a real bonus.
They had a good light show going on.
They had a great light show. They looked really intentional. They were doing their stuff, so they weren't too cool to look like they had a planned show. And I'll be darned if they weren't just telling a great story on that stage. They had a lot. We look behind us at the demographic that was at their show.
Totally.
And the range was really wide.
From what, 15 to like 50?
It was cuckoo
Seriously,
wide.
yeah.
Where
Huge
there's some
crowds.
artists that I adore. Let me just use Chris Isaac as an example
Yeah.
because he's my get out of
because
jail
if you
free
didn't,
card.
if you didn't get in for the very first, like we did, Thursday night, then you
Chris.
missed Macy Gray and Chris Isaac.
But that audience,
that was a fabulous show.
That was like one of my favorite. That was my favorite night, I think,
Oh,
because
my
it was
God.
so quiet and yummy. But the audience was older, and it is a more mature audience. Cold War Kids, it seemed like there were people from all age ranges, from the kind of college set all the way up to us middle-aged folk who were like, that is just a great. It's a very rooty sound. They have a great root rock sound and being fresh at the same time. So check out those artists. These are some of the artists that we were checking out, we were appreciating, and we were trying to get a feel for who is the fan, who is their person that goes to that show. And I was really excited to see a wide range. It wasn't so broken down by age or gender or
and I
style.
also want to say that another cool show that we saw, of course, at the Trestle stage overlooking from the media center was the Blues Travelers.
Oh, man, so
they
good.
They were fabulous. I mean, I'm talking like really, really
good.
I
got two picks. Right? Were those bass picks thrown out?
Oh, yeah. Something hit me in the head.
It hit me in the head and I just grabbed it.
Beth bent down and grabbed it. I don't even know what it was.
You know me. I'll bend right down and get it. I'll just bend right down.
Yeah, she did the bend and snap, and when she came up, she hit me. But it's all good. All right,
I did the bend and snap.
Well, yeah, you did the bend and snap.
We just wanted to make sure we were talking about bend and snap. I gotta learn that now. I'm all over that. I want to also throw.
Hey, that's Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. No,
it's not.
No, hang on. That's my other favorite movie.
It's L.
Yes, it's L from Legally Blonde. You're right.
I'm going blonde
all right,
this
go
season.
check those two shows out. They're my favorite.
Another one before we go is Gavin DeGraw.
Oh, Gavin, yeah. He was really, really good.
So I'm just saying in my out loud voice, and I'm getting cues, but he thinks I can see. So, Paul, I can't see nothing.
Come on.
He just blew it up as
3.5 minutes. We got it. Keep
I got to
talking.
tell everybody, I am cannot see anything. So if you see me squinting when you see me in person, I'm really legally blind.
Just slap her. She's
just slap me. It's like it comes back.
Yeah.
But our big comeback from Kaboo this year, I think, was one, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. I don't care who you are, if you're a VIP, if you're with Hang 10, you're with Hang 5. Wear your comfortable shoes, for God's sake. And
Oh my God, yes.
I got to say something else. And please don't bring your little kids, man. Like all those little kids
that
under
was
5.
sad.
I was kind
We
of
saw
bummed
like
out on that.
4, 5, 6-year-olds laying on the sand.
I was a little
sleeping.
bummed out. You know, I know you
were
want to get a
sad.
babysitter, but
We were sad.
unless you're an artist and you're dragging them around, don't do that.
We thought that was a little
Go
bit
have a
abusive,
date.
but
Go be an adult for a while.
It's all good, whatever.
I know I'm going to get ugly, mean scowls about that, but
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
how I feel. I'm sticking with it.
Let
and
them
then,
talk to us.
And then my other advice, being
Yeah.
that we're going to be all God's willing back next year, is go explore. And we did some of the shows that you weren't looking forward to, that you didn't know squat about or didn't know much about. Check them out, because those were some of our best experiences of Kaboo. Checking out
Totally.
bands that we were not as familiar with. And it's what we're always urging you to do here in San Diego, Orange County, LA. Go to those shows. Go to the shows that you would not normally go to. Check it out. You might be very pleasantly surprised. Hey, we are just, look at, he's so good. He's blowing it up. I just want everybody to know that Paul, our producer, is pumping
He's
up
magnified it 300
300%,
times.
so Bethy
so
can
that she
see what
see
the
it.
hay is going on.
Holy
God bless
cow.
him. He gets like gold
I can
stars.
see that thing from the moon.
Can you see that from the moon?
I can. Maybe Beth can see it now.
I'm just visually just stumped. It's okay. I have a good feel for things. I may be
all good.
stumped, but I have a good feel. And Tracy, and again, you can go to our Facebook, go to our site. We have a lot of interviews, but by the end of this week, we're going to have a really good clip that we're going to send out to all of you and make available so you can see like the best of everything.
Yes.
Also on our Facebook, how many pictures did you download, my love?
Well, I took over 1,000, but Ninja Pics, which is my company for photography,
Mm-hmm.
I must have taken about 1,100 or 1,200. It took me 10 hours to edit photographs just to pick out the top 500 or
She
so.
did this for you folks. And
500?
I'm
So
going to
you
throw
can
out a
get the
visual
feel.
to you. I want to throw out a visual. I want everybody to come with me on
Right.
this trip,
Go.
a quick trip for a
Got it.
visual. And the visual is this. There's all these, really kind of like too cool for school photographers in the pit. Some of them are kind of shady and some of them are super cool and suave.
Right.
Right? They all have Daryl Hall hair.
Right.
And they're looking good, some of them.
Yeah.
And they're all fighting for position, and they're up in the front with lenses about, 14 inches long. I don't know if they're compensating, but I'm just saying, when you're far back, I get the big old lenses, but when you're up that close, I'm like, feel me. But it's impressive. They got a lot of gear. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, 3 cameras hanging off their back.
Which there's a time and place for everything, and God bless them. They have amazing shots. But our Tracy Smith here from Enter Talk Radio went in with the gear she felt most necessary for that moment. And wait till you see some of her pictures.
Okay,
right from
so
the
I
pit. She looks
technically
great.
I have a $379, literally $379. You can get it at Best Buy.
Best Buy.
Nikon Coolpix 530. And I'm telling you what, people, if you want to go into a dark club, take video, that's the camera for you. If you want to be in the
Pictures.
bright sunlight and take pictures and video, that camera's for you. It's got the most amazing sound and quality of pictures. Oh my God, we are down to the last of the first segment.
Oh my gosh. Well, again, send us your Kaboo comments. We're going to be back in the next segment. We're talking about some other things. But we want to thank, of course, Silver Tiger Production. We want to thank Enter Talk Radio, who's having us, the wonderful Girls Talk Rock here. And we want to thank the wonderful people at Kaboo.
Yeah, check out my page, Ninja Pics, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Hold
Hang
tight.
on.
Hold tight. Hold tight.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in every Wednesday
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
And Beth Venus.
of Girls Talk Rock, right here on the Intertalk Radio Network.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
STP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at
It's all that.
SilverTigerProduction.com.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Tracy!
Now, me and Beth are back, and of course we
We
were
are.
talking about Kaboo, but now we are going to switch gears because I just want to mention really quickly
Yes.
that we have Zombie Fest.
Oh,
Just
this
a quick
month.
shout out to Zombie Fest.
So we got to
Long
mention
Beach.
it. Long Beach.
October, 16, 17?
14 through 16.
Oh, 14 through 16. We're going to be in Long Beach.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be rocking Zombie Fest just like we just rocked Kaboo for
I'm going to
you.
be disgusting. I'm going to be covered in, blood
I hear they
and stuff.
do your makeup. So
They are. They're
if
gonna
we
set
go
me
up
up.
looking like this, we'll come out looking like Beth.
But that's right, baby. And we're going to have those. You know what's going to identify us is our purple Girls Talk Rock bands. And
That's
if you're
right.
really lucky, we might have some Girls Talk Rock tattoos.
We
so keep an
might.
eye out for that.
We
We're just
might.
saying. That's how we do. We do the tattoo.
All right, cool. So now we're going to swing to our next segment, and we're going to go to our guests that we brought in today.
Yay!
Live in the studio, we have Jessica and Megan.
They're so
Jessica
cute.
and Megan, they are so cute. And they work for a really amazing organization here in San Diego, and it's called Resounding Joy. And we are going to ask them who, what, when, where, and why about their organization because we want to know all about it. So, Jessica, maybe you can start. Tell us what you do for that organization and what it's all about.
Sure. My name is Jessica Blaisus. And first of all, I'd like to thank you, Tracy, Beth, for inviting us here. We really appreciate that. What I do is I'm the Director of Development. So I try to help make fundraising happen. I try to make marketing happen. And I more or less try to make the IT department happen. We have a fairly small staff. We've got, I believe, 9 staff members right now. And it all started back in 2004 when Dr. Barbara Royer, who's internationally recognized within the field of music therapy, really recognized she'd been doing music therapy as her own private practice for 22 years. And she says, you know what? There are people who need music therapy who we're just not able to reach. And so she started a brand new company on top of the one she was already running. She is a superwoman.
Aren't all women?
Yes.
Busy women
I'm just saying.
are better.
We rule the world. We say it all the
more
time.
you do, the more it's crazy. You just
Yes.
it's collectively you're
Yes.
capable of
That's
more.
correct.
I really believe that. So it's like I don't think that's an uncommon thing. When someone's doing a lot, they do it.
All right,
well.
so finish your thought.
You know
No,
how I am.
no, that's fine.
Amazeballs.
And so she started with just a closet of instruments and some volunteers. And it's grown since then. We now have 4 separate programs serving different populations that could significantly benefit from music therapy.
Gosh, it's such an
That's
interesting
awesome.
concept too, because it's kind of like the combination of science and art. So, is this something that that Dr. Is it Royer?
Royer.
Dr. Barbara Royer. Is it kind of like a study that's still in motion, where people are really deciding, like, if somebody needs it for, say, autism or spectrum disabilities or all these things, really try to personalize and customize what works for different
Yeah, like the music that they
different
use or
needs,
whatever.
because music is so three-dimensional. Yeah,
Right.
So tell me about that and the trial and error on what works and how you came to the projects that you do.
So on that particular account, I'm going to turn it over to Megan, who is a board-certified music therapist. I'm just the person who tries to make things happen on the admin end.
No, that's not just.
Yeah,
We'll come back
give
to it
us
for
your
sure.
last name, Megan, because we all want to know who we're talking to.
My name is Megan Wong.
There we go.
And as Jessica said, I'm one of the music therapists with Resounding Joy. I direct the program Semper Sound, which works with active duty military and vets.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yes, I
'cause
enjoyed it a lot.
a lot of my family are military, so that's good.
So was that like an initial? Boy, I am losing my voice again, huh?
I
An
have voice.
initial step was working with veterans, maybe for post-traumatic stress, or that was the beginnings of it, and now is expanding to other people who could use it for the same kind of stress and post-tension type thing, events.
For the profession in general,
Yeah.
music therapy really took off, yes, after World Wars I and II, when a lot of the servicemen were coming back from the front, and they had shell shock at the time they called it, which was later recognized as post-traumatic stress disorder. And at the time, just they only had musicians coming to the hospitals and playing music for them, but they realized it had such an incredible impact on all of the servicemen who were there. It really helped calm them. It helped them come out of when they were having episodes, when they were having flashbacks, when they were having nightmares. They recognized that it was a really powerful tool in helping these servicemen recover. So since then, it has obviously exploded and gone to serve pretty much every population of need that you could think of. Everything from premature infants in the neonatal intensive care units in the hospitals to older adults with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Well, that's such an interesting concept, starting from, just even what they called it shell shock in World War II, and then changing even the semantic terms of, the suffering of a post-traumatic events. So is part of that listening, the power of listening, and also the power of participating? So are there two different, tell us about that.
Or is it just keeping your mind busy and active so that you're not thinking about the horrific things that you went through?
Oh, it's much, much more than that, actually. Cool. And we do try to incorporate active music making as much as possible, because it's not just listening, it's engaging in the music, it's participating in it and creating it that changes the brain. And there's been so much more research to show how neurologically the brain is healed, and it develops and it changes its neural pathways and connections with music, because music is one of the few things that does reach every single part of the brain. Everything from the brainstem, which controls all of our vital body functions, from our heartbeat to our breathing, all the way up to our prefrontal cortex, which is what controls all of our higher levels of thinking, our organization skills, our planning, our decision making, our ability to control emotion and thought. So,
and I think that I want to bring up a point that when you're in high school and you're just learning how to play music as a young adult, they say that the people that do work with music and that are musicians are smarter in every sense of the way if you can play an instrument or you are involved in music. So that's very interesting as well. I just want to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also it's so important. It's so funny. I just left. You guys, everybody knows I'm with the cross country team at High Tech High, North County.
Shout out.
Always a shout out. I love these kids. One of the reasons
she's over there
I
running
like
4 miles.
Oh my God, I'm so tired today. I'm like a tired Coach Bethy. But what we do even there, we have so many. We have 46 on our team. The school only has 400 kids, so hoorah! But the music is involved there too, in tempo and clearing your mind. Even if they can't have a headphone in, we're always trying to tell them, think about the things that the pace that you're going at. And it's interesting to me that you mention infants and healing for children, because I always think of Bach when I think of healing for children, but because I always called it plant music in college, because it's like growing. You feel like it's just so ethereal. Tell me if there are certain styles that seem to really go well with certain kind of healing, or ages, or different generations.
Absolutely. So my general rule as a practitioner and as a clinician is patient preferred music. I always go with what my client or my patient requests. So I have some guys that I work with that swear by their death metal,
Sure.
and they
Awesome.
find that
Yeah,
relaxing.
yeah.
So that's what we use. If I was going to make broad generalizations, with older adults, we tend to play music that they listened to when they were younger, maybe
like
in
the
their 20s,
30s and 40s
yeah.
and 50s music.
As they get older, or as
As they
younger
get
adults
on.
get older, yeah.
As they get
The
on.
decades
Okay.
change, yeah. In general, with infants, especially premature infants, we use very, very soft music.
Of course.
We keep it in what we call the lullaby rhythm, so in beats of 3.
A lot of Brahms and Tchaikovsky, huh? Yeah.
Actually, when I was working as an intern at a children's hospital, I'm not certified as a NICU music
Right.
therapist, but I did get to observe and work with and learn from the NICU music therapist who was on staff, and she would always go in with the bare minimum, like single strings on the guitar, playing in that lullaby
melodic,
pattern,
yeah.
and just very, very soft, because with these premature infants, their hearing's not completely developed. It has to go
Totally.
gentle with them, but that rhythm that they keep, she always kept at a really slow, steady pace in those beats of 3. That was really important for helping those babies' heartbeats
Yes,
train
I was gonna
and
say heartbeat.
and their breathing, and so that was really helpful with getting their vital body functions to get onto a good rhythmic tempo, just for development's sake.
For development.
And I wonder if there's some kind of a test that we can do that, you figure out who those kids are and kind of follow them through life and figure out if they end up being musicians or not because of this musical therapy when they're prenatal or whatever. They, very, 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 premature.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested in that. Let's do it.
Well, you guys have a program.
Let's get a grant.
Well, part of what you guys are doing is Sound Minds for teen families. And I was looking at that right now and thinking, how you use musical therapy to achieve 2 goals, right? To strengthen your bonds with teen parents and their children, and to encourage preschool development. So that's like 2 big wide ranges of parenting in that spectrum. What do you think changes between the preschool development and the teen mind?
I'll field that one since
that's a big hardball. I know.
No.
Sorry.
No. That's because Megan knows the Semper Sound program inside and out, and since I'm the one who writes the grants, I may have a bit more familiarity specifically with some of the other programs.
Excellent.
With Sound Minds, as you said, we're trying to address the teens and their needs while creating a bonding experience for their young one. I want to say the average age of the teens that we are serving is 14. These are 14-year-olds with children.
Oh, man, that's rough. It's so rough.
That is.
And they're still babies. 14 is, anybody who's raised children, 14 is a baby. So that's rough. Yeah.
So we're trying to give these kids, all of them,
yes,
both generations, a leg up, because they're not starting in it really. They're starting in a disadvantaged place.
Totally.
Statistically.
Well, and being a teenager is hard enough.
It is.
Like the best of kids, our 4.0 students, our
you're still
overachievers, and the ones who are just got their act together, even within all that exterior framework, there's still teenagers with fretful anxieties and stresses. So, the music for somebody with those added strains is huge. Are they often exposed to or offered other music that they might not normally be drawn to, but then they are exposed to it through your programs and go, holy cow,
Like that's really
I really
cool or
love
relaxing or
romantic era music.
I would say not so much on that account. So what our Sound Minds program looks like is if you walked in, it's at a California high school infant daycare center. So we're at the daycare center that's attached to the school. The parents come over if they have time. And so we'll have the parents sitting in a circle with the kids, and we'll be doing, whether it's row, row, row your boat, or whether it's a song for eating or sleeping, that we're trying to give the parent to 12, oh, okay, so when I'm trying to do this particular thing with my child, I now have a mechanism to communicate that the child is now becoming familiar with, and that this can become more of a routine. Plus, we're also trying to work on the child's hand-eye coordination. So we're going to be using
everything.
instruments. We're going to be making music. It's not the therapist does bring a guitar and she does
Sure,
sing.
and lead a little, yeah.
Right, but it's really about the parent and the child being together.
Yeah, are you, I mean, I know we're around so much, and I own and operate a music studio, and we see this on so many scales where they think it's, a lot of people might go, oh, this is so simple. I'm just, singing along and moving and playing. And it's so fun that it's hard to realize that the rhythm and the tempo and the melodies and the interaction is really so helpful for everybody, that it's a really growth time. Do any of them say, oh, this is so silly? Or most of them are like, no, this is just pure fun. I just want to come back.
We haven't. Everything we've heard has been positive.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm just thinking teenagers, because they throw in the towel so quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So,
or like, I don't have time for this. I need to be somewhere else. Okay.
But
they're
having a good time.
things like where one of the program coordinators at the location will say that, oh, they love Miss, the time our therapist, her name's Mandy. Oh, they love Miss Mandy's songs. They sing it in the car every day to work, every day to school.
Right.
And plus, there's a lot of research, as you're saying, that keeps coming out about early childhood development and the relationship with music and music making. I want to say Carnegie recently came out with a white paper that's about 10 pages long that just going through everything you could possibly imagine, from how to create relationships between preschoolers and developing those early communication skills.
Huge.
To doing the things like you were saying where you're possibly improving the IQ of your child through all of these things.
Oh, I don't even think it's possibly. I'm going to go on. I'm going to
No, it's a
go
fact.
on my rant of absolutely no from
Well,
death.
I think that when kids have
Huge.
something to focus on in high school other than just let's ditch, let's go down to the corner store, let's make trouble, let's be in the principal's office, let's just do what we want to do every day. And because I was that kid, I was in trouble every day, principal's office, whatever. Because I didn't have the discipline necessary for my parents, and I just took the crazy road, I'm going to say, when I was a kid. But
You're
my
a bad girl.
was, I would not, you don't even know. So I think that is where, because my daughter in high school went through all the music programs, she's brilliant. I mean, come on, she's teaching English in South Korea right now, and she's 4 AAs and a BA at 26. So and she was music 100% all the way. So I think that it does play a huge role. All right, we're down to the last 1 minute of our show.
Of this segment,
I should say,
because
in our show.
We're going to pillage on them for an entire.
Yeah, we are totally bringing them back for the next. So stay tuned for that.
We're going to talk to them about Semper Sound for military members, and then we're also going to really get into how you can help, how you can be part of these programs, whether it's financially or whether it's with your time and energy or resources. So we want to get you on board with that.
Also, I want to find out about what Terry's doing, because I know he's playing over at the Pyramid tonight.
Oh, big
so
product.
we're going to talk about that. Terry Josiah is his name, right? And yeah, he's a local musician, and he wrote a song specifically for your organization, I understand. Or
it's not specifically for us. It's
okay.
He has a separate organization as well, which is
okay,
wonderful.
We're going to talk about
We're
that
gonna
as
talk
well.
about it.
We're going to talk about it all. So give us 3 minutes. When we come back, we're going to talk about all that. And Beth, what else you got?
I just want to say thank you to Kaboot. Thanks, Silver Tiger Production.
Thank you, Ninja Pix. Hello, that's me.
Ninja Pix. And we'll be right back with Resounding Joy and everything you can do for making music for health and happiness.
Yeah.
Resounding Joy.
Yeah, and go to the Girls Talk Rock page and see all the different pictures and everything that happened this weekend at Kaboot. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on Intertalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas, and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now, with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element. Affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Intertalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Girls are talking rock again.
And people are listening.
Today we're talking bands.
Let's talk promotion. Red Giant promo, graphics, EPKs, video, photos, social media, and brand building using content marketing.
But let's talk studio at CCMA, which is events, rehearsal, tour prep, piano, guitar, voice, rock band, lessons, workshops, and clinics. Yeah!
Both proud sponsors of Girls Talk Rock.
Well, get the lowdown on these services and contact me, Tracy, at girlstalkrock.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
To me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Oh, Beth is making trouble in the studio for our producer, Paul.
I'm
We
just
love it,
teasing
though.
Paul. We're just, doing
Okay, we're going to get right back into this segment with Jessica and Megan because we want to go into the education side of it, what it took for you to get to where you are and what you had to study and the specific program and the specific, stuff you
your
had to
career
go through.
path.
Yes,
Because
your
you guys
career
are
path.
with Resounding Joy, and your mantra on the page is making music for health and happiness. So what brought you, first Megan, what brought you to what you're doing?
Oh, goodness. Okay. It's quite a long story, but I'll try to give you an abridged version.
Short,
Yes.
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 Give us the A-B version.
Okay. The summer before I graduated from undergrad, I had gone from pre-med major to a music performance major. Wasn't really happy with either.
So stressful. As a performance major.
Yeah, all of them were stressful,
God.
and none of them really, gave me what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Something was missing from both. So the summer before I graduated from undergrad, I did a study abroad trip studying human trafficking in Southeast Asia. Was very impacted by the trip after my group left and ended the term. I stayed on my own and volunteered with an organization in Cambodia.
Wow.
Yeah. Kids who grew up in the city dump and were at risk for being trafficked into the sex
So life-changing experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And would sing songs with them, and it was amazing how music could bridge that cultural barrier and give them something fun and happy to do.
Positive.
Absolutely. And so that made me think maybe music could be used for health. Maybe music could be used for social well-being and that's where I came across music therapy.
And was that offered at your school?
That was not offered at my undergrad. So I
Yeah.
completed my bachelor's in music performance and found a master's equivalency program to attend. I went to Colorado State University for my master's degree.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Go, girl. Found exactly what you wanted. Pinpoint that puppy.
Yeah.
You hear that, musicians? It's okay to study.
And a lot of kids don't see past next week, I always say. And it's hard for kids 17, 18, 19, 20 years old to look ahead at their 4-year schedule in college and decide what they want to be when they grow up at
absolutely.
18. You can't do it. It's impossible. That's why everybody changes their major at least 5 times. And why their parents have $150,000 in student loans.
$300,000
Hello,
in
Beth.
debt. I know, right? I just want to owe money forever.
So that's really amazing that you actually went into something and stayed with it and decided what you wanted early on. Because now you're not very old. How you're like what 25 maybe?
We're going to
26?
give her. Just she's a powerful woman. That's all
yes.
she is.
No, I'm saying though. So now you are where you want to be. And and
That's
that's
the
great.
focus.
And that's what I want to say.
Well, and I also want to say, like, that is one of the things we get excited about here at Girls Talk Rock is,
Yes.
the only career in music is not being on the cover of a Rolling Stone magazine.
That's right.
There's so many great careers where you're helping people and performing and doing, and, your life just has so many chapters to it. So what impact that had on you. A lot of parents would be a little freaking out having their kid go to Cambodia for a tour. I can tell you right now, if my daughter told me that, I'd be like, what?
I was freaking out when my kid went to South Korea for 4 years.
So that's exciting.
Like,
You took the bull by the horns and that you pursued that. I think it's really commendable because
it is.
There's no guarantees, and this is very exciting. If you're a musician, this is like super exciting to hear about that because it really validates the worth of sound and touch and feel and all these things, and just the connection it makes. I just am so impressed. How did you come to be where you are with Resounding Joy?
Well, it started with moving, I would say, 2,000 miles or thereabouts. I started in the theater when I was 14, and that's where really seeing the impact of the arts on someone made an impression. Yeah. And I decided at that point I no longer wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be an actor.
Awesome.
And mom and dad went, cool.
I love them. They're amazing people who have supported me throughout the various changes in my life.
That's cool.
And so I continue to pursue that. I actually have a Master of Letters in Shakespeare and Performance.
Fun.
Nice.
Fun.
How many people can say that? Really?
I love that. So.
Totally cool.
And then so I was working in theater in the administrative side because I recognized that I wasn't the best actor, but I wanted to make the theater happen.
Right.
And so I'm more organized. So I tried to just move things forward there. And so when my husband is in the Marine Corps, so when we moved out here, I was looking for an organization that specifically was making a great impact in the lives of people, especially through the arts. And so I was really glad to find Resounding Joy. And
awesome. Yeah. That makes us happy.
And Resounding Joy, they're home based in San Diego then, yes?
That's correct.
And is this intended to be like the home base where there's a lot of, eventually you guys have a network of Resounding Joys across the state?
Is it just here or is it nationwide?
I can see the
trajectory of your goals.
Eventually, we want to be nationwide, and we're starting to move towards that direction. We do have a small satellite program on the East Coast in Chelsea, Massachusetts. We're eyeballing Northern California to start another Semper Sound program up there.
They like drum circles there. I think it might go over really well up in Northern California. Get you some drum circles in Northern California. You're ready to rumble.
And we've got some ideas for some online training programs for training volunteers to provide supportive music to older adults.
Oh, I like that.
I was thinking we should try and hook her up with Tony Small because he runs the Boys and Girls Club programs up in Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah.
And that's all he does is work with kids and music.
And NAM.
Yes, and NAM. That's right.
NAM.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys do all that.
Oh, my God. Okay, now the wheels are turning.
Now, see, we want everybody to network with everybody. And, and so we get all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right, Trace?
Right. So it looks like on your website there's a way to donate online.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us a little bit about that.
They have 10 ways to help.
That's what I'm saying. 10 ways to help. Let's talk about the 10 ways.
I don't have a cheat sheet in front of me.
I
so
do. I'm cheating.
I'm going to talk about real quick about why it's important to donate.
Right.
And then the most important ways to help.
Cool.
The programs we offer to active duty and veterans, to children with severe medical diagnoses, to the teen parents and their kids, as well as to the older adults, we don't charge for about 90% of those. So we have to raise everything ourselves to make that happen. And so we do rely on the support of the community from individuals. Few foundations really help us out, particularly Front Porch and the Semper Fi Fund, and some corporations. So we do feel supported from all corners in the community, but we really need that to grow. And I really appreciate you bringing us on here because the people who can best tell our story, our clients, aren't necessarily in a position where they can do that because they are dealing with so many other things in their lives.
Well, and you want to keep everything private. You don't want to bring anybody out into the open if they're having to use a service like yours. Because it might be mental, stigmatisms and issues and things like that you don't want to get into. But it's amazing that you're doing this on this level and you're helping. So let's go ahead.
Well, it's huge. Like, I'm looking at your site, of course, because I'm a tutor.
Right.
And even things like Ralph's, you can shop somewhere and say, I want, my card number to go to you guys. So I think these are really good resources for team building, crew building, right? But for our listeners, more importantly, if we have performers, we have teachers, we have, just fans who hear about what you guys are doing and they want to give their time or they want to give their energies, who can they talk to and what can they bring to the table for Resounding Joy?
Oh, well, you can probably call me. Yeah. I'm usually the person who picks up at the office.
Nice.
Our number there is 858-457-2200. It's also on our website. My email is all over the place there. And there's three main ways. I would say come to a class. We have a bunch of classes ranging from music and mindfulness to Sing Me a Story yoga. Really got a whole bunch of things. I'd invite you to check out our website there. Yeah. Our gala is on October 1st, and this is our big fundraiser of the year. And I'd say if you want to find a quick way to support music therapy in your community and have a great time and bid on auction items and dance your feet off, come get your ticket.
Tell us what's going on with Dance Your Feet Off. You have a DJ, you have a band.
Where
what's going
and
on?
when. Tell us where and when that's
We want
be.
the details, baby.
See, now that they've cleaned up from Kaboo,
exactly.
We're going to be at the Del Mar Fairgrounds.
Excellent.
There you go.
Beautiful, beautiful.
On October 1st at 5:30. And we have going to be playing music, so it's the soundtracks of our lives is the theme. So we're going to be bringing everything out from Star Wars themes to Dirty Dancing to all sorts of fun stuff.
Guilty pleasure.
Oh my God! They need Groove Kitty on
my
site.
God, so
She's
fun.
got a band, Groove
Well, we
Kitty.
just love to hear when you guys are bringing back the nostalgia because I really think that'll bring a wide range. What is the donation fee to get in, and tell us the age range? Is it over 21, or is it a family friendly event? And what can we tell people to throw a lot of money at you guys?
Sure. I would say it's 18 and older.
Cool.
We'll have some beer. We'll have wine. It's a seated dinner. It's $125 each, but again, that's going towards music therapy. And then at the end of the night, we've got the Smoking Cobras. They're a local band to Southern California, and they're going to come over and make some noise.
Very good.
And
they play a lot of the casinos here.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah, nice.
Of course. And
we know everybody. We're Girls Talk Rock. Whatever.
No, they're rocking. I think
they are. They rock.
Books them out
yes,
at most of the casinos.
That's right.
Here.
We work with Silver Tiger
so
as well.
they're a good crew, and that's going to have some nostalgia there too because they do some really cool old school sounds in their set.
And we've got some tricks up our sleeves too that I won't share on the radio. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, so
tell everybody to do that.
Yeah, and I want to talk about what Terry Josiah, is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, good. I want to talk about what he's doing for your organization.
Right now, he is really helping us out, sort of on the marketing end. My expertise is more fundraising, and so we need a hand with the marketing side. If anyone is interested in volunteering, you can always use more hands. Again,
858-457-2200.
Call Jessica.
This wonderful woman right here.
But he's doing a gratitude experience right around the corner from where our current studio is at the Pyramid here on Miramar Road. And so some of our interns are actually doing a drum experience there for a few minutes as well if you want to meet some of the people involved with Resounding Joy.
And it starts at 6,
It starts at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so you still have time.
I know. I tell you, it's very convenient that you decided to have your studio here.
Right,
It works for everybody. Gratitude experience. I really like the notion of that being gracious.
And it's free.
Super cool.
There you go. It's free. See, it won't cost you anything but your time and your gas to get there. So get on over.
And more importantly, we just want to emphasize to all our listeners, and if you were listening in on for the Kaboo stuff, get these guys over here at Resounding Joy in your network.
Yes.
And it's more important than it transcends just being involved with Resounding Joy because you might not hook up with them now for something, but along the way, something will come up where it's a great opportunity to offer your talents or your services, or maybe you have a few keyboards you'd like to donate and a few guitars that you're kind of done with over at your studio because
Totally
you have too
bad.
much equipment.
Studio at CCMA, we're just saying that.
But, the word gets out, and then they have a resource to offer those things too. So we really want you guys to spread the word and make sure we're going to have them on our Facebook and also our website with EnterTalk
totally.
to make sure you guys can reach out to Resounding Joy and the gratitude experience, have you guys integrate with that. I am thrilled to know you guys are working. What does somebody do if they think they want Resounding Joy to come into their school or come into their church or come into their
elderly home or whatever?
Yeah. What is the first step? Is there a protocol or a process or a determination of need?
Or do they just say, Jessica, yo?
Mostly it's Jessica, yo. So
All right, so there we go.
If you'd like to get a program like that started, we'll always talk, whether it's something we're able to do at this time.
Right.
That's always up in the air, but we'll absolutely put you down on the list for if we eventually get the resources that, we'll reach out to you.
That's huge. And I just want to big a shout out to the high school and college students out there looking maybe for an internship. I know High Tech High has 30 hours a week for a 6-week period every year for their High Tech High kids. And of course, I love the kids at Point Loma, and I love the kids over at High Tech High North County even more. Sorry.
And they will want to come out and do their
and they're looking for those 30 hours a week. They don't even go to class.
Yeah.
All they do is go to cross country. They don't have to go to anything else.
That's right.
And the seniors the following year give 10 to 12 hours a week for their required 6-week segment of internship. So
that's right.
Those are the kind of things working with a company like Resounding Joy may diversify the kind of interests you have, and all of a sudden maybe you decide,
and maybe you become a music therapist.
Yes, and maybe you become a music therapist. Megan, I'm really curious what your most inspirational moment since becoming a music therapist has been. Have you had one epiphany moment where you were reassured you were in the right place?
I've had too many.
Too
count.
many.
Yeah.
What's a good one?
That's
Share
good.
a good one with us.
We got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I met a client for the first time. He had conversion disorder. So trauma manifests itself in many different ways. One of the most common ones is PTSD, but conversion order is also one that we're still learning a lot about. It's when trauma causes physical manifestations. So this guy had tics. He had twitches and he had a stutter. And the first time I met him, he could barely get out a word in without a stutter. He was twitching the whole time. He said he bought himself a keyboard, got frustrated with trying to learn it, and gave up. So I sat down with him at a keyboard and taught him how to play the chords of a song, asked him what one of his favorite artists was and a song that he liked, and pulled up the chords and said, "You're going to play and sing this through with me." And he's like, I can't sing. I have a stutter. I said, "Yes, you can.
We're going to do it."
We're going to do it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. He played and sang through the whole song without a single tick, without a single stutter. And he sat back at the end. His mind was completely blown. He was.
You want to cry just hearing it now?
Yeah, I had
No
to
doubt.
after his session. I had to step out and cry, and
what great validation for you,
No,
though, that you're
that's
on
the way it is.
the path you want to be on, and that you are truly helping people. God,
Yeah, we're down
what
to
a
the
great
last
trip.
40 seconds, so we're going to ask you guys, give us shout outs, give us your links and everything again, your phone numbers and all that, so we can get a hold of you.
On the quick.
www.resoundingjoyinc.org. And our phone number is 858-457-2200.
And you've been listening to Jessica and Megan from Resounding Sound today. It's Resounding Joy.
Look
I want to say Resounding Sound, but Resounding Joy.
And I could say that I'm Tracy Smith.
And I could say I'm Beth Venus, but we'd be lying.
And
go ahead.
I wanted to thank you both.
Oh, you guys have been a joy.
Look at
I
that.
mean, you guys have been a joy.
And we are, who are we?
We're
Girls Talk Rock on the
happy to
Enter
have
Talk
you.
Radio Network. And so we are really glad we got to talk to these guys today and go over the final stuff for Kaboo. Thank you, Silver Tiger. Yes, go to it. Resounding Joy. Go hit them up. And thank you to Ninja Pix, which was me.
Yes, thank you, Tracy.
Studio at CCMA, which is Beth.
And Silver Tiger Production.
And
Thank you so much.
EnterTalkRadio.com. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Girls Talk Rock.
Hey, it's Tracy.
Tracy Smith.
And Beth Venus.
Of Girls Talk Rock. Right here on the Inner Talk Radio Network.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
STP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at SilverTigerProduction.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on Inner Talk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.